This is the Citi Newsroom. We take a breather here when we return. We will examine the impact of rising independent presidential candidates on Ghana's political landscape. We'll be right back with the details. Do stay.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fat missy way.
The patch of Bantama.
Matias.
That's a cycle.
It's her smile.
The fresh breath.
Me, Jidi said we use Kel 360 toothpaste. Semikai.
Kel 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Kel 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim Jom Kasan. Kile Hossein. Kel 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
Hey, you will see so feeling to Kawen ye. Kel 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Kel 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Whether it's 1924, 2024, or 2124, we've always known that you are driven by your sense of safety and well-being. It is what drives us to see you through from start to finish, from small to big. And in the last 100 years, as you have evolved, so have we also expanded to serve you in many ways. From cradle to grave, with expertise in insurance, life, pensions, properties, health, and for those beautiful memorable goodbyes. It's 2024, and in all our markets, our pedigree is recognized, our strength respected, our expertise valued, and our solutions sought by all who desire an advantage in life. Experience the time-tested and truly trusted 100 years legacy of Ghana's oldest insurer. Take charge of your future now. Insurance, life, pensions, property management, funeral services, health insurance. Enterprise, your advantage.
Let me see.
She's never had a toothache before.
There might be a cavity. Don't you use Pepsodent?
We used to, but I'll try the new one.
Ah, that's why.
But doesn't every toothpaste give cavity protection?
Not really. Pepsodent's Cavity Fighter repairs tiny invisible holes to give 10 times stronger teeth. Will you trust Pepsodent?
Definitely.
Pepsodent, 10 times stronger teeth.
Use Pepsodent's Cavity Fighter.
Thanks for staying. Independent presidential candidates are reshaping Ghana's political landscape, challenging the long-standing dominance of established political parties. Now, this shift reflects a beginning dissatisfaction with the existing political status quo and a call for novel viewpoints. In this report, Citi News' Ne Ayekwade Okain delves into the emergence of independent presidential candidates in Ghanaian elections, analyzing the driving factors behind their rise and their consequential impact on the democratic process.
Ghana, known for its stable democracy, has historically been dominated by major political parties such as the New Patriotic Party (NPP) and the National Democratic Congress (NDC). However, recent elections have witnessed a shift in dynamics, with independent candidates entering the fray. This trend signals a desire among voters for alternatives beyond traditional party affiliations, but the voting pattern has created an extreme difficulty for anybody attempting to achieve electoral success under any banner other than those of the two dominant parties. During the first round of the 2008 general elections, two independent candidates contested the election. Emmanuel Ansan Entry, an independent candidate, secured 28,471, representing 0.33% of the valid vote cast, and Kwesi Amanfo-Yeboah, an independent candidate, had 19,178, which was 0.22% of the valid vote cast. Jacob Osei-Yeboah Joy, in the 2012 presidential and parliamentary elections, polled 15,156, which translated into 0.14% of the total vote cast as the only independent candidate in the election. In the 2016 election, there was one independent candidate, Jacob Osei-Yeboah, and he secured 15,889, equivalent to 0.15% of the total valid vote cast. From the results and analysis, clearly, no independent candidate has ever made any meaningful impact on the previous 8 presidential elections in the Fourth Republic. This is further confirmed by the fact that the total number of rejected ballots in every election where there was an independent candidate have been more than the total number of votes garnered by the independent candidates put together. That notwithstanding, about 7 persons have declared their intent to contest the 2024 general elections as independent candidates. Notable among them are the former Trade Minister Alan Kyerematen, a Ghanaian politician who served as Ghana's Minister for Trade and Industry from 2017 to 2023. He made an attempt at the leadership of the New Patriotic Party in 2007, capturing 32.3% of votes cast. He was the first runner-up to Nana Akufo-Addo, who gained 47.96% of votes cast. Kyerematen made other attempts at the party's leadership in 2010 and 2014, but placed second to Akufo-Addo, who won the primaries. Alan Kyerematen announced his decision to resign from the New Patriotic Party to contest as an independent candidate in 2024 under the banner of Movement for Change after placing third in the NPP Superdelegates Congress.
I am very persuaded that Alan will win this election, and I'll tell you why. He's not an ordinary independent, as I started to explain. If you have an independent who hasn't got a heavy track record politically, but Alan has been part of the New Patriotic Party, a founding member, since 1992. And over the years, even as far back as 1994, his peers wanted him to run for president. He's run for president within the MPP 207, and arguably, his gesture of reconciliation with Nana Addo led to where we are at the moment. He has collected supporters over the years, not only within the MPP, which he has left, but within the general population, voter population of Ghana, because they know what he can do. So as we speak, given a ballot paper with former President John Mahama, a no-hoper, in the sense that you are going back for nothing, literally. Dr. Bawumia, again, you are going back for more of the same. More of the same, because this is an economy which was supposed to be sitting comfortably because of Dr. Bawumia's expertise. But look at where we are. And Alan, there's a natural tendency, because ideally, it didn't happen, but ideally, he ought to have been the leader, the candidate of a dominant party, but for shenanigans. So he is not coming in as a small candidate. Though independent, he has a huge following already.
Dr. Samankra is an investment banker, a global business strategist and development economist who has also shown an interest to contest as an independent presidential candidate in the 2024 elections.
We've gotten to a point in our political history where we've realized evidently that the status quo is no more an option. The NDC MPP rotation is not taking this country anywhere. Our country needs to be built by Ghanaians, devoid of political symbols and callous. So if you look at the last few, let's just not go so far back. In the Fourth Republic, the last 30 years, the rotation of NDC and PP, the choices that we've made, the parties that we've voted for, had not necessarily come to address our national issues. The loyalty of these people are to their party instead of the country.
Dr. Wolanyo Mensah has also declared his intent to contest as an independent presidential candidate.
Human race is dynamic and society is equally dynamic. So NDC and PP also came just around 1992. So I was older than NDC and MPP. And so parties that were very strong during independence time, CPP, UP, and all UGCC, were today no more. And so at the end of the day, every dispensation have a new visions. And so definitely Ghanaians will be changing towards a different dispensation. And that is where we need to toe the line of an independent, neutral person who have the country and the interests of the citizens at heart, not for his personal interest.
Nana Kwame Bediakon, popularly known as Freedom Jacob Caesar or Cheddar, is a Ghanaian businessman. He is the founder and chairman of Qualis Group, focused on real estate and property management in Ghana. Cheddar is also contesting as an independent presidential candidate in the 2024 polls.
You know, Africa needed someone from Africa that goes out there to the Western and portray Africa as royalty.
A private citizen, Kofi Cranton, has announced his intentions to contest the presidency as an independent candidate in the upcoming 2024 general elections. Mr. Cranton is an established businessman and former CEO of the Progressive Alliance Movement, the organization that challenged the Electoral Commission to institute the voting rights of Ghanaians living abroad. He was disqualified as an independent presidential candidate in the year 2020 by the Electoral Commission.
People of Ghana realize that we have been dealt the wrong card for 32 years plus. Everywhere around the world, there is a reflectiveness of the growth, development of all other nations. Now, if you take a backdrop of that and you take a look at Ghana's position based on what we have access to, that should cause you to have an urgency. And that urgency is what we are hoping to communicate to our youth for them to follow us.
Additionally, Samuel Appiah Dankwa, a one-time member of Parliament hopeful for the Ablekuma Central constituency in Accra, in the 2020 general elections, is said to be gearing up to contest as an independent candidate. Would Ghanaians be willing to shift from the tradition of voting for the two dominant political parties in the 2024 general elections?
Personally, it will be my first time of voting. If that is, I'm going to do that. It will be based on what they are going to present to us or to me per se. If it is really enticing or it is really sound, I'll use the word sound, and look at what they are able to put out there. Probably yes, but it's still 50-50. But in relation to the two dominants we know, it's a no-no.
I don't see any independent candidate winning this election. I don't see any vibrant. I don't even hear from them, their campaign. So it will be the other NDC or MPP. But for me, I strongly believe the current government will maintain will win the election.
Independence no fine. Ebi banswa enye boni. Yeah, ebi timi standing no win enye boni. But say ebeka say NDC and MPP atwa mo abode.
The emergence of independent presidential candidates in Ghana reflects a changing political landscape driven by voter dissatisfaction, a demand for accountability, and a desire for diverse representation. As the nation navigates the complexities of its political future, the role of independent candidates will continue to evolve, shaping the narrative of elections to come. Reporting from the Kwame Nkrumah Circle in Accra, my name It's Ni Ayukwe Okaina for Citi News.